Hey guys, now that you're comfy generating strategies and you know how to browse them and you kind of know what you're looking for, it's time to take advantage of the Pine script and TradingView to optimize and really take the scripts or the strategies that USB is generating to the next level, see if they're truly viable or not. So to do that, you're going to come in your dashboard, you're going to pick one of your favorites, or you can do this while these systems are running, right? You can take any of these back tests and bring it over. We're going to use one of my favorites right now because it gives a lot to talk about. Although I don't plan on making this too long, we're going to go over a few things. First is that I'm running on localhost. This version might vary a little bit from the one you're seeing. We're still alpha, beta, kind of early days. This is the first of two. You're kind of the first to hear about it if you're watching this video right now, because this whole setup won't stay up very long. So that being said, copy for use in TradingView is going to copy the configuration of this strategy and allow you to bring it over to TradingView. You've got this script here. Again, the name will probably be a little different from the one you're working with, but this setup will be the same. So the first thing I always do is reset my settings. This makes sure that anything I was playing with the last strategy won't modify or change how this one shows up right away. So paste the configuration you got from the website in here and you'll see the strategy shows up. You can compare 318 closed trades, 70% profitable. You come to the website, 318, 70% profitable. There's going to be slight variations, two different backtesting systems, but for the most part, we're pretty good. Once I've done that reset settings, I got strategy up. The first thing I do is I make the initial capital and order size match how I would actually be trading. Right? I typically deposit 10,000 into an account and then trade with about 10% of that per order size. You can see the equity curve and everything kind of, oh, we didn't change that to USDT. Kind of changes on it. The numbers obviously change. It's not as pretty because we're not playing with $1 million and buying 10 Bitcoin every time. So that is one of the first things. This will tell you right out of the gate if it's something you'd be willing to trade, if it's viable, if it's not. If you like how this is looking, right? Some people will have 100 grand and play with 10 grand, everything kind of be the same. Some people want to just actually are trading one Bitcoin every time. We could do percentage based, right? You got $1,000 and you're going to trade 1% at a time. You get to see what the numbers are. If you like it, if you don't, move on to the next strategy. If we didn't like that one, you just go back to your favorite strategies, copy for use in TradingView, and start playing with that one. If you do like it, now you want to see how it did on more data, right? You can disable start time and end time. You'll see the background there, the green background will extend. You can tell this USB was back tested. This, we're looking back a few weeks now. I've made this strategy, so I'd like to see how it's done up until now. You just click that button. After that, we've got a couple different take profit and stop loss options. The default will always show up in the top right corner. Once you change it, that will show up as well. Default settings right away, we can tell this strategy had a take profit but no stop loss. So one of the first things I would do then is see how it does with the stop loss. I'll even match the take profit. And you can just play and tinker with this depending on what you like for your stops and what you like for your take profit. For now, there's a few basic options. You can do points, you can base it off volatility or the ATR. You can control the length versus take profit or the stop loss. And you just try and optimize it from these until you get better, hopefully better numbers than the AI was able to provide us. And then the other aspect of this chart that's important is you got your entry and your exit messages. There's 4 conditions. You got long and short entry and then long and short exits. And these systems, depending on how you set it up, the back test will always be if it opens a long while you're in a short, it closes a short. So it's always got that reversal aspect to it, which again you can test and see how it would do by just changing your percentage take profit and a percentage stop loss to something a little outrageous like 10,000, and you'll see we go short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short, long. This could be a good starting point if that's where you want to start. Let's see, it looks like take profits, there's quite a few runners, so maybe we're just looking at cutting our losses with a stop loss on a strategy like this. You catch all the big moves. Probably not something you'd want to run, but by this point I'm sure you get the idea. And then the long entry in the messages, depending on the plot, you're going to get an alert. You can choose to throw a command through it for an automation tool like AutoView, or you can just have it say just long entry. You can have it read a book to you. It doesn't really matter. This is where you'd put the messages. This is the message you'll see on a long entry. This is the message you'll see on a short, the exit, etc., etc. And then as for the alerts, to create them, everything's built in. As soon as you create the alert, you can see it's ready to go. You don't have to do anything. So you just click the alert button, then click create, and your strategy is up and running.